Yo, we're live. What's going on, guys? We're here with Battle Pirates Crow's Nest, episode 86, and we're going to be talking about Bounty 20 and the weekly raid. Tonight with me, we got, as always, Ross Crow.
Good evening, everyone.
And we got Toxic.
G'day, how are we all going?
So, I know Bounty just started like an hour ago. I'm assuming nobody's had time to hit a target or whatever. Because, like, I joined, but I haven't had time to hit anything, because it takes like half hour to set up the show and everything. So,
Correct. I'm in the same boat. I started I linked up everything and I got it all ready to go, but I have not hit any targets.
I'm still working on my weekly raid too. My weekly FM.
Yeah, I'm repairing from one trip out. So
yeah, we'll talk later about how many points that's going to entail and whatnot. And so, but anyway, Toxic, I'm guessing you haven't joined yet, probably.
I have not. You're right. No, I don't even know. With all these new things that have come on and buffs and nerfs and stuff, I don't know. I don't know how good my base hasn't been faring very well to being hit. So I don't know if I was to join how good or how well I would go. But yeah, I'll have a look. I'm certainly interested, but not sure yet.
Well, just out of curiosity, too, speaking of that last round of buffs and nerfs, does anybody know anybody who got compensated for all that stuff like they said they were going to? I have not talked to anybody who has.
No, I didn't get anything for sure. No one in my alliance that actually used some of those things that truly got nerfed. Because once one person in your alliance, uses something successfully, you do share that. So there was several people in my alliance who used the same type of things, and they all got nerfed. And not, as far as I'm aware, no one got anything.
Yeah, and they're just acting like on the Discord, they're like, oh, everybody's been given their compensation. I was like, I haven't talked to anybody who's got any kind of compensation. So that to me, that speaks volumes right there.
Right. I mean, anyone, even. It's pretty.
Well, I've just logged into the game, and I can't scroll the map. It's impossible to scroll the map. If you click on the map somewhere, it moves down. That's as far as it goes. I can't scroll it sideways. I can't move anything else. I'm near a nexus. It looks like a bird flew through a spider web. There's a mega ship here, there, and around the outside and whatnot, but there's a whole heap of stuff missing. So yeah, it's a good start to the bounty. Yeah.
Well, it's typical. It's typical. Oh, see, RB woke up and decided to join us.
Yay, Mr. Holiday.
Yeah, apparently Sleeping Beauty needed a bit more sleep.
Well, if you're shooting for Sleeping Beauty, you need a whole lot more sleep now. But anyway, yeah, so today we'll be talking about Bounty and FM. And then at the end of the show, too, I'm going to tell you guys about some other games that I've been exploring. Ones that, in my opinion anyway, seem to care more about their customers and you get more value for your money. Because I'm just about over this game. But anyway, I made a commitment to do the show and keep up with Battle Pirates with everybody, so I'm going to keep doing it. So here we go. Let me get some screen sharing going. All right. Looks like the slides are blinking on the Hangout for me. Are they blinking for you guys too?
Oh yeah. Woohoo.
All right, we're gonna send people into seizures. Let me go ahead and stop screen sharing and try again.
Yeah.
That's a bit rough.
All right, there we go. We don't seem to be bouncing around anymore, so there we go. Yeah, that was weird. Like I said, I was gonna start sending people into seizures. Poor Ross, man.
I was either going to do that or disco, one of the two. I was
All right. All right. So anyway, I guess the first thing we'll talk about is the FM, and well, I guess now we know why everybody's been having such problems killing walls in the FM 120s and 121s, huh? Because they had already made it so that you're going to need to do these upgrades to do them for the same way you were doing them before. So there you go. But yeah, so they got upgrade kits for your dragons in the FM this week. Your upgrade level 1 is going to take your wall damage from 350% to 700%. And upgrade 2 will take your explosive damage from 75% to 100%. And your structure deflection is going to increase from 0 to 450. And upgrade 3, you're going to have your explosive survival is going to go up by like 2,300, and your penetrator survival is also going to go up by 2,300, give or take a little bit. So for the different levels, you need 10 kits for upgrade 1, 30 kits for upgrade 2, and 60 kits for upgrade 3. So do we want to talk about how that's going to impact how many points you're going to need to get in the FM? I mean, literally, it has made this like a raid basically for this week.
Yeah, it's worse than a raid.
Yeah,
because we don't have half repair time.
It's even more than that. In all honesty, I don't have. Just say I do get all that. Say I get everything required to do the upgrades. I don't have, and I'm not going to have any available shipyard time in the foreseeable future for this. Really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, well, and that's like I said, when this whole thing about, we wanted the raid state or the FM to stay garrison, the whole concept behind that was you need to keep the FM garrison and go have a garrison cycle, because otherwise people aren't going to be able to have their fleet to be able to do the FM. And they heard we want to keep the raid or the FM garrison cycle, and they missed the whole important part of the conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
right. I know. They just heard the garrison and went with that. And really, really expanded that. I mean, tenfold. I mean, not just a new ship, but these, a new ship coming out, but then these Inferno Dragons, the upgrades are massive. The shipyard time is massive because they put it in the wrong building by their design. It's just creating all kinds of errors in my gameplay and in the communities. I mean, the community's not going, yay, 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 Inferno Dragon hull upgrades. Who the hell actually is out there going, sweet, we got Inferno Dragon hull upgrades? I mean, really.
I can guarantee you that I didn't. What I originally said was, oh, look, they made it so my dragons can now do what they did before they fucked with everything.
Before they nerfed them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was so much that they nerfed the dragons as it was they buffed the targets, but
right.
Yeah. Either way, my dragons now have the exact same, are going to have the exact same effectiveness that they did before they tinkered with things.
Yeah.
RB and myself, we had a little bit of a test yesterday on the 120 target only. I'm just going in, driving around the outside, and then driving around the inside. And I used to get, if I was to drive, not auto, if I used to drive, I used to get between 20 and 25 minutes worth of repair. That's gone up to, what was it, 47 or 48 minutes?
Yeah.
And then I had to take a, what do you call helmet guys? Demo squad. And with a demo squad on, it went down to 28 minutes. So, yeah, you need a lot of demo squads to do the right.
I actually, for once, looked at a target today, my damage after I did the target. Because, me, I normally don't look damage per target. I just go until I can't go anymore. But I actually looked today, and I know before they changed everything, I'd been doing it for like 48 minutes, I think, on full auto. And now I think I'm up to an hour and 5 minutes for one target. So, yeah, there's definitely been And like I mean, we're not stupid. We're not blind. You basically up the target. So now after we do the upgrades, we're going to have the exact same thing we had before you up the target. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then you act like you're doing us a favor. I mean, fuck.
And then, of course, if you've got 44 targets that you need to do, that's, 44 at least hours of repair. So,
well, yeah, I mean, let's take a look and see how many points does it end up coming up that we have to get this week if we want to
I
get.
think it's like 26, something like that, 26 million.
Let's see. There's 5 million, and the Greta tokens you can only get 1. So 5, 6, 11, 14. 2 engines is 5. So like 19 million just on the stuff, and for the stuff in tier 5. That's not counting your like regular FM chests and everything, which is generally what, like another 4 million or something on top of that. Don't want.
No, well, it's just I'm trying not to say anything because it's like this FM's just been an absolute joke.
Yeah, but hey, as was said on Discord the one day, they don't view this as a weekly raid. That's because they don't have to fucking do it.
Yeah. And there's been things that have been in it and out of it and in it and out of it, and depending on when you did it, you didn't have to pay for these points, and it's just, this has been the biggest, well, I won't say the most fucked FM, but it's pretty up there.
Yeah, I would probably go so far as to say it's probably the most fucked one.
It's got to be in the top 10 for sure.
Or maybe not damage wise, it might not be the most fucked one, but deployment wise and the way
well, that's what I'm talking about, deployment wise.
Yeah, I had the prize pool 6 and 7 tab in there yesterday. The C1 CO armor wasn't showing in mine. I couldn't claim it. Yeah, just stuff like that.
They're coming and going Gale 2.
Yeah,
I was really excited. I thought maybe they finally took the Gale 2 out and I wouldn't have to waste 200,000 points every FM, but lo and behold, it's still there.
No, it's still there. It came back.
Well, right. So I guess if I would have got off my ass and did the FM right away, I could have got my chest without having to spend those 200,000 points. So I guess it's all my fault.
Okay. Way to go, Damnation.
I know, man. I'm a bad person. What can I say?
I mean, yeah. I don't know. The power creep on the weekly, we knew something was coming. In all honesty, mine didn't come this week. It came last week, and it was strange because it affects the community at different times with their different builds. But you can sure tell it's it was in full swing right before these hull upgrades were required. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's going to take me a whole bunch of millions of points, a whole bunch of hours of damage, and a whole bunch of hours of shipyard time just to get my fleet back to where it was. So thanks, Kix. Appreciate it.
But I don't have that time is my problem. I mean, I don't think I do. Unless I mean, is everything else on hold? Is the game on hold? Or, I mean, I don't get it.
Oh, no, of course it's not. Of course it's not. They expect you to spend everything. They're making it very, very, very clear that the only people they care about is people that spend tons of money. I mean, I've never seen it this clear as what it is now.
Right. No, that's true. I mean, even with the deals that come out immediately and they're like, here you go. And, just cash out, and you can have the latest and greatest.
It's gotten to the point they're aggressively telling you, we don't even want you to play the game. We just want you to give us money and buy the shit.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yes,
but anyway, the upgrade for the flag, I forgot to talk about that one. There again, you go from 350 to 700 on your wall damage. For the damage increase, you go from 85% to 125. Structure deflection on this one goes up to 600. Your survival for explosive and penetrated both goes up about the same. And the Dragon Shell aura, the aura ship deflection is going from 150 to 500, and the aura structure deflection is going from 150 to 500. So there you go.
So in theory, it would work to do your the lead first, right? I mean, it's beneficial.
I would think, but who knows?
Just because the aura changed, right.
Yeah. But of course, that's the one we get the least amount of tokens for and the least amount of parts for. So, go figure.
Right.
The one cool thing they did do this week, I guess, was the platform wall cost reduction. So that was good. You know, your level 10 platforms now are only like, what is it? Yeah, 1 day, 19 hours, 12 minutes. That was a huge reduction.
That's huge.
Yeah, so good job on that. I'll give you kudos when you do something right, and you did do something right on this one.
Yeah.
I would like to see portals get a big reduction too, because now spending 18 days on a portal when your turret's only a day and 19 hours seems kind of silly, but I'll take what I can get when I can get it. So very good job.
If you've got an officer in your R&D, it's a bit less, because I think when I did mine, it was an hour and 13, an hour and 14 something. Sorry, a day and 14, somewhere around there. So
yeah.
And this one is for Ross, because this is for all the people that scrapped their turrets.
Yeah, you're right. And but they haven't corrected the balance issue any.
No.
Or for people like me that are just been lazy and haven't been upgrading their turrets because they're falling out of love with the game. Now I can like half-ass catch up.
Well, the other one with that too is like I think I was talking about it the other day, was the titanium and uranium lab are 10 days, and now you can do a turret in a day and a half. So
yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. New wall cost. Time to build was always 3 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Total gold cost is 1 coin. So there you go. You can actually coin a whole bunch of walls for cheap now, I guess.
Yeah.
As long as you have the res. If you have to buy the res, it's still going to be expensive. But if you have the res, yeah, it's really. But why you would spend 1 coin to save 3 seconds, I don't know. But you can do it if you want.
Yeah, this is a strange one, and it's been a while since I've done walls. But you remember how you used to have to wait for the the build button to light back up again? So I'm sure it's not 3 seconds. By the time you do all that part-assing around, it's probably still 15 seconds.
With the change they did where you can upgrade tons of walls at once now, like I don't know anybody who does it one at a time.
One person. Anyway, go on.
You've done them one at a time since they did where you could do the mass wall upgrade?
Yep.
Well, that's just silly, RB.
Okay.
So Bounty Season 20. Yeah, so there. It started about, hour and 20 minutes ago. It's going to go from today at 3 p.m. until Tuesday at 3 p.m., both of those being Kicks time. The store will open tomorrow at 3 p.m. Kicks time. And then the leaderboard payout will be on Thursday, May 2nd at 12 p.m. Yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about that. So, pretty much, as far as I can tell, everything is the exact same as the past couple bounties, except for they put little special bases out on the map right now that are roaming around that are like Kicks Eye bases with Kicks Eye names on them. I think there's Golden Doodles out there, Corbin. Hang on, let me see what the other names were, because I think the rest of them I'd never even heard of before. CS Peggy, Half Centaur, and Agua Panella. So if you see any of those bounty bases out on the map, those are actually Kicks bases, and you can go smash them and feel good about yourself.
And are those replica bases?
As far as I know, I'll read exactly what it says. So, special bounty announcement. Captains, an alliance has emerged on the high seas filled with Battle Pirates game team bases. At the start of the activity, these bases will be seeded with large amounts of bounty for those who can find and destroy them. Be careful. There are lots. These are without a doubt some of the most advanced and challenging player bases ever created. And then in parentheses, they're not. You're not going to win. In parentheses, you will. And victories over these bases will almost certainly result in members of the game team openly weeping. In parentheses, and it says probably only Golden Doodle, to be honest. The names on your bounty list are Golden Doodle, Corbin, CS Peggy, Half Centaur, and Agua Panella. These will be on the move throughout the first few hours of bounty, so keep your eyes peeled in case they move to a location near you.
Oh, very good. Okay.
We wouldn't be able to hit them anyway, would we?
92
Because they'd be all under 80.
Right.
No, from the pictures I saw, they're like 130 or something. I'm sure they're just bases they put together on the design server and then loaded them into the game. But anyway, let's talk about the new content. There's Howler upgrade kits and Howler upgrade stuffs that will take your Howler, add 1 million hit points to it. And this is the one I love. It'll give you minus 600,000 plasma damage per second. Didn't they swear when Wrong Thinker and those guys first came in, they were getting rid of plasma damage?
Yeah, I don't know what this even means, to be honest. I've got no idea.
It means you can't defend against it. You're going to take that damage, whether you like it or not.
Yeah,
That's just, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Ross, you want to talk about the Havoc Gatling gun?
sure can. It's Conqueror, of course, the Tier 8 new weapon type, depth charge. So hopefully this is a little step up from the last one we had out here. So it's
actually, it's about probably twice as good, honestly.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's concussive, so it's going to do good for against the subs, and it's for the breacher's got that upgrade that will really work well with this, in my opinion. So the projectile speeds on it is 500, splash is 8, spread is 10, range on it is 98. So it's got decent range. Damage is 48,000. Salvo is 3. So it's got a good damage for salvo. Reload time 7.5. So it can be speeded up pretty good. Submerged damage is also the same at 48,000. Wall damage and building damage goes up. Concussive defense bypass at 100%. Now you get this wind up special ability with it when the weapon continues to fire at 300% rate. So it's a pretty good kick up, and it's got a 5-second decay on the reload and minimum reload stacks of 18. So I'm not even sure, or maximum. I'm sorry, maximum reload stacks of 18. So I would think that's probably a 5-minute battle anyway. It looks like a pretty strong weapon.
Cool. Now I'm gonna throw my tinfoil hat on here for a minute. Oh, who am I kidding? I never take it off. But does anybody else have a feeling, like, just the timing on this? Does anybody else have a feeling I guess not enough people did breacher upgrades, so we got to come out with a new concussive weapon to make them worth it?
Correct. Well, they were junk. It was a bad idea. I mean, I did the upgrade myself, and I was really disappointed in it. And I did one, and I wouldn't do more because it was so bleh, in all honesty. That's what it was. It was kind of just bleh. No thought into it, no power, crap weapon already existing. And for an upgrade, it wasn't really an upgrade.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, if it took them that long to realize this, as opposed to coming out with this when the breacher upgrades first came out, or if they're like, oh, not enough people are doing this, so we got to come out with something that makes it worthwhile. I'm not sure which way that line of thinking went.
Now I haven't put a weapon on a Conqueror for a long time. The weight, can you get a full complement of weapons on there, or does that make it too heavy, or is it sort of in the same ballpark as what the other weapons are? I didn't think they were that heavy when I put the ballistic breaches together and whatnot.
Let me go look. I want to say I think they were like 1890 or something. I think for the ballistics. I could be wrong though. Let me log into the game real quick and look. I can't remember.
I think you're going to have to be pretty careful with it because the the Dreadnought's only 40,000, so you might have to look at your specials and all that sort of stuff. It could be tricky. So,
I want to say on my ballistic breachers though that I want to say I think the weapon was less than, again, I'm not sure, but I want to say I think I had a lot of extra room on my breachers too.
Yeah, I cannot remember for the like I said, I've not put a weapon on anything for a long time. Was it's ridiculous the way it's going.
Yeah, no, you'll be right because I'm just looking at mine now and it's 16.
Okay.
242. So yeah, we'll be.
Yeah, Mickey Rogers in chat is saying the RM2 was 1850, so I wasn't that far off trying to do it off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, that's not too bad then, I guess. If you go, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as somebody who wasted time upgrading one of my breachers, I guess now I can waste more time and equip a new gun to him and not feel as bad. So cool.
Yeah, it's another 5 days and 20 hours to swap it out. And 145,000 titanium. So good deal. I'd love to do that.
Right.
Yeah. That makes one long ass breacher build.
Yeah, no doubt. Toxic, you get to do these two. Congratulations.
Okay. You've got the radioactive plate 8, and it's a Forsaken armor. It can be equipped to conquerors and defenders only, and you can only once per hull. So you can put one of these on. The radioactive deflection is 16,221. The weight is 1,200 tons, and it gives you 1,000 armor points. Like I said, the equipment, you can only equip one onto it, and if you put one on and you get hit and sunk, it'll cost you an extra 15 minutes to repair. Now the invasion scanner is a Conqueror only special. What does it say? Conqueror only special provides ample bonuses to the combat abilities of the host hull when attacking a base. However, these bonuses are negated if the hull is defending in a base. So it only really does something good if you attack someone with this invasion scanner. If you put it on your defending fleet as on a Conqueror, it works against you, I guess, or it doesn't do as well as what it would without it.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything if you have it in a base defender.
Yeah. So it's also a Forsaken tech that can only be put on Conquerors. It ups your weapon weight by 25%, and it gives you 25% extra damage on all damage types. And it also gives you a 75% wall and building damage. And the ship deflection is 2,500. So it could be interesting to put that on a hull and see what it does when it hits a base compared to if it's not on it. But yeah, it'll be just a matter of seeing what would you swap out and how long does it take to put on, I guess.
Yeah, it just seems like they're going even farther down the line of what they want you to use to defend and what they want you to use to attack. You know, make our box smaller. But
I mean, I don't know why they just bring out chips that are pre-built and you just buy the whole thing and then we all got the same. No thinking required. Just click a button, click at the end of the base, or click on someone's base. Don't even watch it, blitz it or whatnot. It's getting very, very.
Well, I mean, it would definitely fit.
Uninteresting.
It would definitely fit their current business model for sure. Whereas, you know, like I said earlier, just buy this, and you don't even have to play the game. Ross, they did this just for you. The Howler Angler skin. They know how much you like to fish, and they wanted to make sure that you got this to put all that effort in to get this skin. So
I actually like it. I mean, I really do. It's pretty simple, but yep, I because of the angler part, you know, I do like it.
all right.
Is there any spots maybe where you can put your rods in?
Well, I'm not seeing anywhere you can.
Like it.
I think that should have gone on the lurker, to be quite honest, because it looks more like an angler fish. So it'd be something that's sitting down, waiting for the incoming fleet.
Yeah, that's true. Now that you mention it, yeah, it's got that little light there at the front, which should attract the above water fleet, and then and then bite it in the ass as they drive over it.
Well, see, I thought this whole thing right here was maybe the hook that was already sticking in the fish and getting ready to pull it up. Just me, I guess. Here's your badges that you get. You'll get the Deep Sea Demon badge, a 25,000 bounty, and if you're number one on the leaderboard, you'll get the same badge, only it's like it has a big gold border on it. So, and I guess you're a little brighter blue on all your stuff than what you are on this one. Just stands out a little bit more. So those are your two badges you get. Of course, we're back to personal leaderboards again. Whoever gets first will get the badge, the skin. 60 days of Howler build tokens and 500,000 titanium. 2 through 3 will get the skin, 40 days and 250,000 titanium. 4 through 6 will get the skin, 20 days and 125,000 titanium. 7 through 15 will get the skin. 10 days of tokens, 63,000 titanium. 16 through 30 will get 5 tokens and 32,000 titanium, and 31 through 50 will get 16,000 titanium. Let's see. The hide owned thing has been added to the bounty store, just like we were starting to see in the raids and the FM. That little check mark box that you can fill in at the bottom that'll hide all the shit that you already own. Actually, personally, myself, I really like that. That was another nice thing that they did when it comes to prize lists. You don't have to do all that fucking scrolling around and shit now. You guys like that? Don't like that?
Yeah, that's a good feature. I don't. I'm glad all those things are, you know, anything to help actually eliminate that cluster that we have to go through. I'm all for. So I like it.
Righto. And apparently they made it so players without a mega hull constructed will not be able to purchase metal alloys or advanced systems, which makes a whole lot of sense because, you know, those things aren't going to do you much good if you don't have a mega.
I think they obviously got tired of all the tickets on that one.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we got some campaigns. RB, you want to talk about the first one?
Sure, I would love to. So this one is Titan Awakening. So this one started yesterday, I believe. No. Yeah, it is yesterday for you. Sorry, I'm still getting with it. So this one is using your eradicators or shrikes. So giving you all the parts for your mega to get them up to these ridiculously high levels we've seen. So prize pack 1 is the kinetic engine module and the anti-cannon quadcopter module and your build tokens. Prize pack 2 is the jet engine module, the anti-mortar quadcopter module, 10,000 titanium and 4 build tokens. Price pack 3, the goalkeeper Gatling gun, 15,000 titanium and 6 hour, for 6 hours. Man, I've got it bad. And then your mastery is your harpoon missile launcher module, 20,000 titanium, 12-hour goalkeeper Gatling gun module upgrade token ×1, and 12-hour harpoon missile launcher module ×1, and then your mega module builder token ×1. So there again, you know, keep an eye on your tokens, what you can and can't hold. Don't burn any, don't waste any, and it's using your eradicators and strikes.
Does
So
anybody,
yep.
does anybody remember? Because I didn't do it last time. Did this pay out titanium last time that we had it, or no? Or does anybody remember? I didn't do it, so
I did it, and I didn't think it paid out titanium.
I thought that might have been a new thing, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Now, I do know that I've seen, at least, I haven't done it this time. I've done it in the past already, is why. But people are saying that the damage on this has really spiked, or it's been revamped to fit the upgrades, actually, possibly.
Yes, sir. I did the first pack. It's only 3 run-throughs, and yeah, I took over half damage on my eradicators.
Right. So you know, that was
The next pack, I think, is 5 or 6 run-throughs. So yeah, you're gonna. Well, I would have to repair to do that. And I'm not gonna do that.
And didn't they swear to God that they weren't going to tune around upgrades? Didn't they swear to God that they weren't going to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, and my eradicators are U1, so they upgraded to the first level.
it's all in wording, I think, on how they do it, you know. And seriously, and it's probably, you know, if we check back, they probably just use some finey, you know, little trick word.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they said we are not going to tune around upgrades.
Well, this they did.
I know.
Well, this is the double whammy too, because it's not only just tuning around the upgrades, it's that, and you know, we kind of said this was going to happen, that with the defense downgrade, because I'm not going to call it an upgrade or refactor or anything else, because all our ships suck, we're going to find that, you know, there's some TLCs like the ones last week, which were, you know, really quite easy and not too much of a problem for the bat rays and stuff like that. And then, you know, we've got the flip side of that now, that, you know, whether the targets have been changed or not, fleets aren't anywhere near as good. So you will get more damage.
Yeah, and it's it seems to be, you know, a thing of where the ones for the upgrade stuff for PvP will make easy, because, you know, not enough people are doing that. But the ones for PvE that everybody has to do, we're going to make you take a ton of damage on it.
Yeah.
The exception of that, of course, being the Mana Core TLC last week, which was actually pretty fucking awesome. I really enjoyed that campaign. But yeah, another TLC I won't be doing. And we got Turrets of Terror Elite, Ross.
All right. Excuse me. This one started April 24th at 3 o'clock, and it's going to also run till Wednesday, May 1st at 3 o'clock. And this one's for your Tier 7 turrets. It's to use your Inferno Dragons to claim the great prizes like the Kinetic Motion Cannon and the Phlogiston Launcher Turret 2. So you're going to, in prize pack 1, you're going to earn the Halo Missile 2, ×2 that is, and the thermalic casings 4, along with 7-day Halo Missile 2 tokens ×3. In prize pack 2, you're going to earn the Javelin Turret 2 ×2 in limit, and heavy ballistic shells, along with the 7-day Javelin Turret 2 token ×3. Prize pack 3 is where you're going to pick up, in my opinion, is a good one in this group, as the Cold Snap Rocket Turret 2, limit of 2, with the fuel tank 01X, 1-day structure token, and the 7-day cold snap rocket turret, 2 tokens times 3. So that really, in my opinion, is the good one. And the fourth one, kinetic motion cannon, the phlogiston launcher turret 2, the 3-day launcher 2 token times 5, and 1-day structure token times 2. And that's about it.
So again, what's your structure tokens there?
Yeah, I don't think you can hold, of course you can't hold that kind of stuff. So you got to check them when you're going through. I am glad to see, actually, I'm a critic of all the TLCs all the time, but I'm happy to see that none of the cold snap availability returned. There are a couple players out that somehow have not got them or whatever, and they're kind of just good to have through time. They change their effectiveness. The Halo missile too, as far as I'm concerned, that can go get just gone. I mean, I don't know why. That's just a joke. But the cold snapping is good.
Will, just out of curiosity, was anybody on the panel going to be doing this?
No.
No.
Me either. I mean, I guess it isn't really specifically designed for us. So
No. I was going to say, I've done this one so many times that the only things that are in there for me are the structure build tokens, but there are people out there who don't have some of this stuff, so it is good to still run them. So yeah.
This was meant for all the new people that are starting. That's what that's meant for.
Yeah, I mean, I guess really the only thing in here that might be even decent to get, though, the only thing I see would be the cold snap, because the Halo sucks, the Javelin sucks, the Flog launcher, too, in my opinion, anymore, isn't that good.
Right. So, yeah, the fuel tank might be handy for people, though. They may have along the way. That's still a usable thing.
It's still pack 3.
Go ahead, Ross.
I'm sorry. I was just meaning that's also price pack 3, though. So that's really the golden prize pack out of the whole that campaign.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad when you're actually looking and you're saying, "Oh, the tech is actually better than the weapons at this point," And Michael, I'm not going to mention that on the show, because if they hear those words come out of my mouth, I'm sure we'd see them next week. So I'm not going to even acknowledge that. So bug fixes they did. Metal alloy can be cleaned before a mega hull is constructed. We talked about that earlier. They fixed it so you can't do that anymore. And general bug fixes and performance improvements.
And I missed a couple, I think, that because they did put out a couple, a hot fix on the road crew situation that got straightened out also. So
yeah, the multiple hot fixes they put out for the FM debacle.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was going to say there was quite a few done after you would have done the slides, but yeah, I'm surprised the metal alloy one took so long to fix. It's pretty simple that if you don't have a gantry, that you shouldn't be, or a mega, you shouldn't be able to purchase it. So I don't know. It seems a strange one to me. But anyway. So it's fixed.
Yeah, they had a deal yesterday, I think it was, that we noticed. You can get 30 days of lurker build tokens, 8 days worth of lurker VX or 8 lurker VXP tokens at 25K a piece, and some 400 lurker upgrade kits and 11 lurker upgrade build tokens for $12.99. So basically, it's like this right here will buy you, skull you, and fully upgrade one lurker for $12.99 as long as you got the blueprint. So this just feeds even more into our whole philosophy of don't play the game, just wait a little bit longer and you'll be able to buy everything without ever playing it and have everything.
Well, for sure, I never built a lurker. So if I wanted it, in fact, that I didn't think it, there was a point in it in the game before it, I'd probably take the advantage. And I think that I might take advantage of these in the future and not be so stressed about getting everything, knowing that I can just cash out really quick later. I think I'm people spent more than $12.99 building the dang or earning it originally, for sure.
Maybe some people did. I certainly didn't.
Some people.
Yeah,
Right.
well, if you count the campaigns, and then it's not just one, some certain people would have gone for as many as you could get, and what was 3 at first, and then 5. I don't know how many you can get. No idea. I've only built 1, but all the upgrade tokens and all that sort of stuff. I guess it's not a bad deal, but it doesn't make you want to play the game. You just want to sit it out and wait until the deals come along. So you click that, and then you got one a cheap deal, and you can build something that you weren't able to get before. It's a shame.
Especially how you can buy it twice too. It's not just once; it's twice.
Yeah. So I don't know. But all these deals that they've been having lately, like $19.99 for 25 days worth of tokens, $12.99 for 30 days worth of tokens. To me, it screams of desperation.
No, for sure, and it's timed well. When it appears as though when things aren't going well, when you can see in the community as a player, I don't know their side because I'm not on their side, but as a player, I can see the community side, and when I can see the really lull in activity, that's when some of these magic offers just bang have lately come out, and so I think that is it's to make the pay, or not really to make the payroll, but it's to make that projected income or whatever I'm sure they have some figures that they like to maintain, and I just don't think we're hitting that without some of these sales.
Well, right, and these sales just totally belie what Chris said as far as we're not losing players at an alarming rate. Obviously, that is not true. Otherwise, you wouldn't be coming out with these kind of deals.
Well,
Right.
I think the deal is that they put the pressure, the build pressure on, and then say, "Oh, but there's no pressure because here we have it solved for you." So that's the way they're getting around this sort of stuff.
Well, all you have to do is look back at, was it last raid or the raid before, where no one was playing, and then all of a sudden you had that deal come out.
Yeah, it was just this past raid.
Yeah, and that's I guess that's when they saw that, said, "Oh shit, look, people are buying this." So now they're doing it with everything they can to get the money from the people that don't normally that would normally not buy this, or play it or whatnot. They don't have the hull. Yeah, get it. And that's how they make their money.
No, I mean, by all means, I'm not saying if you're somebody who, maybe recently came back to the game or you're just now wanting to start to get back into PvP and stuff, if you have the Lurker Blueprint, I'm not saying don't buy this because it is a hell of a deal. And I would not begrudge anybody for taking advantage of it. But just what I'm saying, though, is it just proves that their whole system and what they're doing right now is ill thought out.
Yeah. And also you've got to pick the deals that you take, whether, because one that might not have value to one player, is like an absolute godsend to another player. So it's
Right.
Let's
also
what you're up to.
Well, and RBF in chat is saying it's like people who buy a win. It's a hollow victory, and and that's funny because that's exactly pretty much why I'm currently have been muted on Discord for 2 weeks because of me saying basically that exact same thing. It's like, well, how can you say you're trying to make this game difficult and highly strategic at end game when you have a blitz option in the game where people can just buy their coins or buy their points. You can't tell me at that point you're trying to make it strategic and challenging when people can just buy the points. So,
I mean, you got to have something there where what people strive for, and you got to make it hard to get. But you also got to put value in the game, and you also have to have your cut of the profits. That, and everybody, no, I don't think anybody would disagree that if Kickstarter doesn't make money, the lights go out. But it's just the community says what they want, and then they do the opposite. They don't make their cut, and then they bring out all these deals and all these options and whatnot. It's not. I mean, if you keep running up against the wall, eventually you're gonna have to say, "Oh, I'm gonna get a headache," or But they just seem to be doing the same mistakes over and over and over again, and they're losing players. And I mean, the world's got cut in 1/5. And still, there is on certain days, and certain. I mean, I've been on holidays for a while, and I log in every now and then, and I see that there isn't much going on, even now that it's all compressed. So there's no way that anyone can tell me that players that we're not losing players, or players playing less.
We've gone from 500 sectors to 100 sectors, but nope, there's nothing wrong here. But anyway, so anybody else got anything Battle Pirates wise they want to talk about before I highlight 2 other games that I think are actually really good and that seem to care about their players and what their players want and give me more entertainment than what this game does?
I got one question, and that's for not just the panel, but for everybody watching. The bounty. I mean, what is in this bounty that you desperately need?
Nothing.
I mean, with all the buffs and nerfs and this and that, I don't know. I mean, I would have liked to get the Howler, but I'm never ever going to get 20,000 points because I don't think I've got it in me to play that long. Maybe I'll try, but what else would I get? Nothing there makes me want to go, oh, I want this so I can do that.
The only thing I see that would be, not necessarily mandatory, but something you should have probably as part of your toolbox would be the armor plate.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the important one. Even though they've nerfed the turret, it's still something that you'll need.
Yeah, honestly, now that we have this armor, it wouldn't surprise me to see in like a month or 2 for the turret to get buffed again. Or hey, maybe we'll start getting upgrade kits for. Well, I better not say that.
No, because that way they can bring out the heavy corrosive turret, or there'll be some other turret that we've got to chase after. So I'd say that turret, is gone pretty much already now. Even if you have 5 overlapping, you still, they're still going to get in, and I know there's bases out there that will stop things, but even still now with that being nerfed, the Howler being buffed, and this armor, I think that turret's pretty much done. So, and if you've got 5 radioactive turrets, you're going to be lacking somewhere else. So it's just a joke.
I mean, Grumpy summed it up really good in chat. He's like, hard to get excitement about the PvP game when it's being constantly screwed with. I mean, and that's a big thing actually, because it used to be like you give it a little bit of time, and whatever you put out, the community can find a way around it. But now it's like immediately, something comes out, and you get certain people that scream loud enough about it, and next thing you know, everything's changed. And it doesn't matter how bad you fuck the other, 19,000 people that play the game. As long as you made that group of 300 people happy, that's all you give a fuck about.
Well, the other thing too is that they're actually demotivating the player base, because before, like, say, I'm just going to use like missile strike cruisers as an example. So you didn't get them, you saw how well they performed, you're like, oh, I really want to get that the next time it comes around. But now with things getting changed, daily, weekly, hourly, it's like the player that doesn't have them, there's no point in them striving for them. So unless, again, the goal is just for them to buy them. But, there's no motivation for me to chase a hull, because I look at the stats one day and go, oh, that's really awesome. And then the next day I'm like, oh, hang on, no, it's not. So all they're doing is just, screwing people even worse. And then if you do buy them, it's, where's your value in money, because they've changed them. So
I mean, it's funny how me, you, and Shane, and Toxic, and other people here and there would be on the Hangout for hours and hours and hours, talking literally about nothing but Battle Pirates. What's changed is we are now still on the Hangouts for hours and hours and hours, but we hardly ever talk about Battle Pirates anymore.
It's just gotten. I don't know. I wouldn't say the game's still good. It's just that the how will I say? It's gotten boring and repetitive. It's you have to do a chore to do a chore to do a chore. Then you have to do that chore so many times, and you have to use the same ship to do a something else. And then you need that ship to do a TLC, and then you need that ship to do your FM, and then you have to do. And it's just, yeah, it's just gotten way out of hand. Where once you used to have fun, you'd come in and oh yeah, I'm going to hit this base. No, yeah, I can hit that base and die before I even get in range of the first building. But it's gotten very repetitive and boring, and everything just, there's no more, oh, what if I put this on, this will do that, and that'll do this, and if I do that, then that will work better. Now it's just, you can't do it, because everything's either for conquerors or for garrison, or it's for siege. You can't mix and match, and you've got all this stuff, all these specials and whatnot. You don't know where it is. One day it's there, then they change, and it's all cluttered up the top.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I actually wanted to touch on that, about how they changed where all the specials were, and now nobody can find fucking nothing.
Yeah, well, that's my rant anyway. So it's a shame.
But I mean, I'm assuming everybody has noticed at this point that, like, when you go to build a ship and you look at all your specials, everything's not where it used to be at all now. And like now, even if you had it memorized from before, now you're fucked too, because you can't find nothing.
Yeah, I haven't figured out the order or the sense that it's in. Yeah, but
having said that, though, it is something that we ask for again and again and again. So we will get used to it. And looking at it,
hang on. I don't think anybody asked for them to change the order that it was in there. I think people asked for them to put filters in.
No, I know. It's that part of their selective listening. So you're right, but at the same time, we did say, a lot of times that it needed to be sorted out. And when you look at it, it does make some sort of sense. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, I think this is actually a good thing.
Yeah, I've saw many of those chats, and I was involved in many of those chats, and it was specifically said, "Don't jack with the order that they're in. We just want filters."
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not at that level of exposure.
I'm not at that level of caring anymore either. So, I mean, this was all. These were conversations that were had in general chats, and anybody could have seen those. But I mean, whatever. So, I guess we're done talking about Battle Pirates, yeah.
Yeah.
On the hour.
So I'm going to highlight two other games that I've currently been actively playing on a regular basis for the past couple of days. That I think they actually, you get good value for your money there. You can have some fun stuff going on. You can actually earn in-game currency to speed up all your stuff, just by doing stuff in the game itself. One of them, the one I've been playing them. Actually, I've been playing them both probably equally as much. Is I'm playing. Can you guys see that on screen share? Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
All right, I've been playing. This is Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. I've been playing this a whole lot. The past I've been playing probably 4 days now or so. RB, I think.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I think me, RB, and Toxic are all playing this. We've been having a fair amount of fun with it. You can over here you are your diamonds, and this is what you use to. This is basically your currency in the game, and there's all kinds of things, activities that you can do to earn free diamonds, to speed up all your stuff, to buy specials and all that kind of stuff. It's like an army strategy game. Pretty similar to like Dragons of Atlantis or Kingdoms of Camelot or things of that nature. If you guys have ever played any of those, it's a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun. You know, you go in and you do upgrade your castle. This is like your outpost and whatnot. You know, then you have your hospital down here where you can heal your guys. Your garrison here, or barracks rather, where you train your guys. This is where you do all your different researches for things. So, I mean, if you're into like medieval strategy type games and you like Game of Thrones, this would be a good game for you. Like I said, I've been having tons of fun playing it. And another one that I've been playing a lot of is Magic the Gathering Arena. It's a collectible card game. Magic's been around for years and years and years. Anybody who's into gaming knows what Magic is. This is the Magic Gathering Arena that you can play online. This is another one. You can put money into it if you want, but you don't have to. You know, you can build a deck and play games, and based on your win-loss ratios for the day, you can earn gold to buy packs and stuff with, and you can like win common, uncommon, rare cards, you know, from different matches. And every week that, like, you know, on Sunday it resets that if you win so many games you get free packs. So it's cool for anybody who's into Magic Gathering and, you know, has ever played it or might have interest in playing it. It's definitely a good thing. Both of these are games that you can put your money into if you want, but you don't have to. And these, like, you know, Magic's been around for years and years and years. I mean, it's owned by Wizards of the Coast, same people that do Dungeons and Dragons, who in turn Wizards of the Coast is owned by Hasbro. Everybody's heard of Hasbro. So they've been in the gaming industry for God knows how long, but a real long time. So they know how to take care of their customers. And GT Arcade is who does the Game of Thrones thing. And I don't know, I've been having lots of fun. And they've done a couple other games too. I think League of Angels is something that they've done. And what's the one that you do, RB? The one that you said that needs a controller or whatever?
The Crossout. It's like a Mad Max fighting driving game. So,
Oh yeah.
You will need a controller for it though. I've started to play it, and it's there's lots to it, as in lots of building your vehicle or whatever, but you really need a controller for it. I was trying to do it by keyboard, and unless you're really good at, you know, keyboard and mouse controlling, you will struggle a little bit. So the other one I'd like to talk about is Battle for the Galaxy. I've been having a lot of fun on that. Similar sort of thing. It's kind of like, put it in War Commander terms, like think of that sort of game. So similar sort of thing, you know, you create your base, you create your soldiers. I haven't spent any money on it, and I've been playing it for months, and I have a lot of fun with it. So there you go.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely other games out there, and kind of honestly at this point, I really recommend you guys go check some of them out and see how other game companies treat their customers. Like these games definitely they seem to really care about their customers. They give you ways to earn things in the game, your speed ups and whatnot. Like I actually started an alt once I knew what I was doing in the game, and in the Game of Thrones thing, I got my guy from like to level 17 in like less than a day. So I mean, yeah, I really recommend the Game of Thrones game. I know RB says it's not quite engaging enough for him, but that's why I switch back and forth between it and the Magic game. You know,
I've got a dirty little secret too. Guess what I started last night?
I'm afraid to have.
Imperial Warship, which is the old Chinese clone of Battle Pirates, which they've gone back and changed now, so it's not a direct rip-off of Battle Pirates, but it's Blackwater Battle Pirates. So there you go.
Well, yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily recommend that one. So.
Well, if you want to go back to what Battle Pirates used to be like.
Yeah, but I'd like to play a game that I know will be around for a little while. And the last Chinese Battle Pirates rip-off game didn't last very long.
Well, I'd say
would have.
It's still the same game. They've just changed the name and changed all the changed all the names of the ships. So you know they obviously got around the lawsuit that happened or whatever it was, or the
what they've done, they've never upgraded it. That was the problem. You could hit bases, and the base would just magically repair after every time you hit it. And if they'd have fixed that, that game would still be running strong. I'm telling you, it was a good little game. It's just there was no updates, and then as an April Fool's joke, they send an email to everybody saying that that they've had to shut down and blah 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 blah, and everybody started to delete bases and stuff. And then they said, "Oh, April Fool's joke." Must have come out in the Chinese to English translation that it wasn't meant to be read that way, but yeah.
Well, there's still current Battle Pirates players playing it. So anyway, it's just I guess probably the feeling that Damnation's trying to get across is that there are many other games out there, and you don't have to do what kids I want you to do.
Well, and quite honestly, I plan on every week during the show now at least highlighting one or two different games that I've run across that I think are a good value and that the company shows appreciation for their customers.
And anyone that's played Camelot, you will enjoy Game of Thrones. But what I would recommend, the game is very involved. Like there's a lot of things to it. There is a guy out there that does YouTube videos. It sounds like he's of Spanish descent, and he does really good videos on it, on what happens and what you need to do to get you started and whatnot. I'd recommend you watch that.
Or you can just wait for me to come out with some videos.
Or that. There you go. You heard it here first.
Since Toxic wants to pimp all the other people, not even ask me if I'm going to.
Oh, Damnation. Are you going to put some videos out?
A little late now to ask me, ain't it, pal?
Oh, just being nice.
He can come up with yet another alt and start it again.
All right. I could. All right. But anyway, we're out, guys. As always, thanks for coming up and showing up to the show. And give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscription. And, well, as always, at this point, if you haven't sent your friends to the page, I don't know what to tell you. So there you go. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Can I say one last thing? Sorry.
Oh, heck yeah.
What?
Which is kind of important if you are going to be playing Battle Pirates and you are doing bounty, that they've changed it now so you can only join in the first 48 hours or something. So I just wanted to make sure that was out there because it was very hard to find that announcement. So if you went up
you can only, the right time, wait. You can only join bounty in the first 48 hours now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why is that?
Because obviously everyone's waiting till the last minute and not playing.
But if they waited until the last minute and joined and didn't play, then they wouldn't get anything. So, no,
it's just stupid. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that it was it was out there that's the case. So I think it's like, I don't know. I always get confused being on holidays and what date it is and American time and all that sort of thing. So I think it's like Saturday at 3:00 PDT, something like that.
Well,
hang
the
on.
easiest way,
Yeah,
two
saying
days
that
after it
wrong.
started. That'd be the easiest way to say it. Work
No,
out
that
yourself
is
when it
not.
started.
Sorry, I think it's the last 48 hours. Well, I mean, if it goes for 96 hours, 48
It's a half.
away from 96 makes 48. But anyway, just
Where
have
did
a
you
check of that.
where did you see this at?
I saw it posted a couple of times, and I think it was on the Hefo show as well. So I went back to try and find it.
Yeah,
But
I was just wanting to know where the original source was, is what I was asking.
it's in the, if you go, I don't know, somewhere in the forum, it's sort of tucked away, hidden. I can't tell you exactly where it was because I don't remember.
Yeah, because I'm looking on the briefing and I'm not seeing it in the briefing anywhere.
Yeah, so there's quite a few in chat that's saying, oh, okay, so bounty's 5 days, you can't join in the last 48. But anyway, there you go. And Shane's saying the announcement was on Discord. So
Okay, gotcha.
sorry, I got it slightly wrong, but anyway, it is important to know.
Well, you knew more about it than I did, so I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what the original source was. So
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna put a link here and just Discord. Listen to me and chat for anybody who wants to join the after show. And otherwise, we will be out of here, and we will see you on Saturday. I'm assuming I can log off now, and nobody has any last minute.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yep.
You're fine.
Yep. We got fishing to do.
All right.
I forgot to mention that.
See you Saturday.
See ya.